Want to take your roofing company from nothing to $1 million company? It is 100% possible, and I'm going to show you exactly how. My name's Nick, founded a company called NCT Media. We help hundreds of roofers all across the United States scale their companies to 7 figures. Most roofers have no idea how to scale their lead flow, their operations, and their sales team. And in this video, I'm going to give you the exact roadmap how we have helped hundreds of companies reach the 7-figure mark. The first thing we need to do is get you guys a couple of clients, but before we do that, we need to find what side of the industry you fit in. It's a big industry, so let's focus on one side of it and then get really good at that. So first, your audience. So there's a couple of different sides, you get pretty much only 2. So you can do commercial or residential. So obviously 2 different sides of it on the commercial side. So obviously it's like a B2B transaction, so business to business. So you're gonna be talking to business owners. There's a lot less business owners, so there's less potential customers, but job sizes are a lot bigger. So there's a lot of money per job. But obviously on the residential side, there are a lot more homeowners. So I'm gonna draw some little stick dudes, little stick figures. I'm not an artist. But yeah, there's a lot more people on the residential side, so there's a lot of money in there. And also, you can also get some big jobs depending on the material and the size of the roof, stuff like that. So first, we need to pick your audience. Most people obviously go on the residential side. It's honestly what I recommend, especially if you're just starting out. And now, you need to pick, how are these people gonna pay? So there's different ways people can pay in the industry. So there's pretty much 2 ways. So there is insurance, and there's retail. So with retail, they could do things like, they can finance and they can pay in cash. With insurance, the thing about insurance that's interesting is obviously their insurance pays for absolutely everything. But the sale's a little bit easier, but you're gonna have to get really good at dealing with the insurance adjusters, which can be an absolute pain in the ass. It's almost like a double sale. You have to sell the homeowner, and then you have to go to the adjuster and sell them on why they should cover the roof. So it's a little bit different. On the retail side, pretty self-explanatory. You get in there and you get them to pay cash, or if you have a financing option, get them to finance. So now that you guys have your niche, how do we get these people through the door? How do we sell people on a new roof? It's a great question. Let me show you how. So let's just say you picked residential retail, right? That's kind of where most people would go. So for residential, I'm gonna draw a little house. Once again, not an artist. And for retail, I'm gonna do little money signs because you can sell them in cash, right? So your residential retail. Okay, so there's a couple different ways that you can go about generating your leads or prospecting. If you're just starting out, there's a couple of things you can do to do it in a free way. So the first and most obvious one is you go door knocking. So I'm gonna draw a little door. So you go and you knock. These are little knocks. You go and knock on the doors of people in neighborhoods, and you have a pitch to hey, you need a new roof, right? So door knocking, it's free. It sucks, it takes a lot of legwork, but it's one of the true and tried methods of generating appointments and deals in the industry. You can also go like a cold calling route, so let me attempt to draw a phone for you guys. It's not bad, it's not bad. So you can do a cold calling route. So you can literally open up a phone book and call residents, or you can find data lists on the internet that are pretty cheap and buy a list and just start dialing and do what you would do on the doors, but do it over the phone. The benefits of this is you can dial more people than you can knock, but the touch of the appointment, you can't really replicate an in-person handshake over the phone. So the quality is typically a little bit lower, but you can sit in an air-conditioned room and just bang out dials all day long to try to set appointments. So those are some free ways. If you have some cash from another business, or you got some bread, if you have about, I would say $5,000. So if you have $5,000 or more, I would look into paid ads. So paid ads on Meta or Google, any type of paid platform. It's very consistent. It is completely just autopilot, working 24/7. You can't do that with these other 2 methods, with the doors and with the phones. But the ads, they work for you all day long. Before we go on how to scale your paid ads campaigns, we run paid ads for roofing companies all across the United States, some of them spending $10,000 a day or more, generating thousands of appointments a month. We have a dedicated call team that is hooked up to this lead generating machine that is booking them appointments like clockwork every single day. We have a confirmation team that's confirming for them on their behalf to ensure the highest hit rate possible. So if that's something that you're interested in, there should be a link in the description to book a call with us. We'll have a chat with you. We'll see if you're a good fit. We don't take on everybody, but we'll see you there. Step 2, you got people to set an appointment from cold calling or door knocking, or you're running paid ads, whatever it is. How do you close these people if you are brand new and you're starting? So the first thing that I would do before I even run appointments is I would call your competitors and almost act like a homeowner and try to get quotes from all of your competitors, right? So now you're getting all this data, all this pricing, like this guy priced you at 12,000, this guy priced you at 21,000, right? You're getting all these different quotes, right? If you're just starting, or if you're new, or if you have past business experience, it doesn't matter. If you're brand new to this industry, I would get all these pieces of pricing, and I would price at bare bones minimum where you're not profiting much at the start, but you're lower than your competitors to make the sales process frictionless. As we get better at sales, as we become more of a trusted authority like in the market, you can, then increase the prices, right? And then you have like a fatter margin. Another thing that you can do in the sales process to make it easier when you start is have very aggressive guarantees or money back. So one that I really like is if you have $1,000, like $1,000 if you don't install the roof that they like on time. So $1,000 guarantee. If you can, throw some super aggressive warranties. So look at like your material costs, your labor costs, like for everything, price it as close as you can to the bottom in the start so you can kind of get operations going, get this, kind of move water through the pipes, right? And then once you get good, then you can up it from there. Now that you have pricing and you have appointments set, what you need to be doing since you are starting out is you need to be manually following up with these people, like sending them from your iPhone, calling them from your iPhone, sending voice messages from your personal iPhone to try to get these appointments confirmed before you even get there, right? As you scale operations, things can become automated, okay? But for now, since you're just starting, we need to be doing this manually so you understand that point in the process. And when you are building these systems later on, you understand the ins and outs. Right? Now on the sales side of things, the way that you need to approach it since you're brand new, like you should be pricing pretty low and you should have a very aggressive guarantee, like $1,000 if we don't, get your roof in a timely manner with the material that you want. That should do a lot of the heavy lifting. Just take an overall laid back consultative approach. Watch some other YouTube videos. Like we have a video actually going step by step on like granular detail of what your sales process should look like. But for the sake of this video and having it not be 70 minutes long, go in consultative, relaxed, know what you sell, know how you do things, explain it to them, and then give them the offer. Step 3, I'm gonna write this one down because of how important it is. This is when things start to pick up. So this is, look at my drawings. So you have your niche, right? You have, residential, commercial, you're selling retail, right? You're knocking doors, you're cold calling, you might be running paid ads, maybe, who knows, if you have the cash. But now you're kind of getting better. You're getting good at sales, you're getting good, deals are coming through the door, you're getting better at setting appointments, things are starting to pick up. Once you start making some cash, how do we blow this thing up? This is where I see a lot of roofers stick in this spot for like legit 40 years. I'll hop on calls with roofers and they're like, yeah, I've been in business for 38 years and it's me and maybe my son is we're going out and door knocking. It's like, dude, 38 years you've been in the same spot. Like, it's respect you've been in the business a long time, but it's not a flex. Like we gotta start picking things up. So that's the stage I see people at. So how you get out of that stage is once you start making some cash, pour that money. So all that moolah that you got from those first couple steps, pour it into the bucket of a profitable, these drawings, into a profitable marketing stream. So my favorite, paid ads. So like if you have cash, you're already a step ahead. You're already spending some sort of cash on some paid ads, right? So if you're already running ads, triple, quadruple your budget, get more appointments, close more deals. If you're door knocking, use that money and start running some paid ads. So Meta, what is their logo like now? Something like that. Meta, or you can use Google, like I already explained. There's ad strategies everywhere, and we have many, like you can literally watch some YouTube videos, we go step by step and everything as well. So start pouring your cash into a profitable stream of marketing that is not something like door knocking or cold calling, because when you door knock and cold call, there's a lot of what we call operational drag with getting those things to scale. Let's just say you wanted to quadruple your door knocking output, you need to quadruple the amount of the amount of outreaches you get more people to the door, to hire them. So outreaches for prospecting your employees, and then you need to train them, and then they need to go out and all knock the doors, and then you need to keep training them, and if one leaves, you need to get another one. You see what I'm saying? Very manual. You have to work a lot just for that system to run. With paid ads, click a button, you double your budget, double the leads, double the volume, double the sales, double the profit. You see what I'm saying? So super, super important. All right, so now your lead flow is starting to build up, right? This little bucket that I drew, it's starting to kind of get up here, starting to overflow. So step 4 is when things start to compound, right? So step 3 is when things kind of take it up a notch. Now we're trying to snowball this, right? And the best way to do that, I'm gonna write step 4 again because this one's also important, is how do we automate these systems? So how do we continue to scale this operation, right? Because at this point, like in step 3, you're still the guy that's doing a lot of the work. You're still the guy that's kind of going out to the appointments. Maybe you're still kind of door knocking a little bit. You're the one calling the leads and setting the appointments. You're the ones like overseeing the projects. Hell, maybe you're the one even doing a lot of the actual manual work. They don't even have a crew yet to do the jobs, right? So in step 4, we're gonna go over how you automate this process. So the first thing I like to automate, get out of the way completely, is the appointment setting process. So in step 3, you should already be pouring lots of budget into a paid ad system where it's working for you on your behalf. But there's leads coming through the door. We need to book these into appointments, right? So the first thing that I would do is I would hire, let me see if I can draw this. I would hire a caller. So that's a dude. And let me try to put a phone in his hand. So that's a caller with a little phone in his hand that looks like a deformed banana, okay? The way that you can go about getting these people, there's a ton of different ways. So you can go on LinkedIn, you can run ads, like recruitment ads, just film yourself like, hey, I'm looking for a caller, right? Film ads to get them, recruitment, go on LinkedIn, go on, there's caller Facebook groups, join every single one that you can, post in them 5 times a day, referrals, like anything that you can do to get these guys. And then, train them up in the way that you learned how to call these leads, right? Because you were the one doing it in step 3. So just teach them how to do it in step 4 and then replicate, right? And then let's just say you can triple your budget again. You just hire another caller. You get another one, and then you get another one. And then sooner or later, you got a call team, and they're calling 200 leads a day, right? But that's further down the line. So recruit people in place for the call team, automate the appointment setting process. Now you got a ton of appointments. Now you need more sales reps. You can't handle all the volume that you're generating now. So now you need to recruit sales reps. So the ways that you can recruit sales reps are very similar to the ways I just mentioned for the call team, but just do it, with the sales version. So instead of joining call team Facebook groups, join like sales rep for roofing Facebook groups and stuff like that, right? So do that as well. And there's also another thing you do, like if you have reps on board or you know other roofers, I would tell everybody, it's like, hey, if you know somebody who could possibly be good at selling a roof, or they already sell a roof and they're looking for a new job, I'll give you $1,000 if you refer them over to me, right? Get creative with it, get crafty. So now you have your own little army. You have a couple of sales dudes right here. I don't know what to draw in their hands. These guys got phones. So you got these guys that are feeding these guys, right? Just feeding them with appointments. These guys are closing these appointments, and now you're outputting jobs, right? And then the systems and operations that go in between these guys is something that's very overlooked, right? All right, so how do these automated systems look, okay? So if you guys can remember all the way back to step 2, I think, you're sending manual texts, manual emails, you're manually calling these appointments, beforehand. Now we can get into the spot, since we're doing so much volume, we can automate them. So there's softwares you can use for that. So now you need a CRM. You should probably already have one, but you need a CRM. The one that I like, it's very popular. Just go high level. It's standard. You can't go wrong. Go high level. And then a software you can use to automate things and kind of link it up with your go high levels. You can send automated text messages, automated emails. Is a software called, if it'll let me write, it's a software called Zapier. So Zapier, you can set up automation so these automated texts and emails go out to these prospects on your behalf, so you don't even have to think about it to optimize for your show rate. So Zapier for automations, go high level for a CRM. So now you're kind of getting the glue in between these guys. That's the operations, is the glue between teams, right? And then also about SOPs, right? So how do you train these guys, right? How do you train your sales reps? I'm doing lots of circles here. So like, are you manually training them when you bring them on, or do you have an SOP built out or a standard operating procedure where you're filming videos step by step of everything that entails that position? So when you bring somebody on, you send them the training guide, they complete it, and then when they're done, they're pretty much ready to go, right? So you're not spending manual time training everybody one by one. You can bring on a whole team. You can bring on a whole team of sales dudes. There's 3 of them. You can bring on a team of 3 of them, send them all the one SOP, and train them all at the same time without you manually having to do it, right? And you're getting them like 80% of the way there. So step 4 is getting those systems and automations down to kind of, once again, oil up, like make the process completely frictionless. Step 5, we're almost at the finish line, or in the red zone, the 1-yard line. How do we maximize everything we've already talked about and get to that sexy $1 million mark? To be quite honest with you, if you're at step 4 and you scaled it the right way, you're pretty much already there. So maybe step 5 can be a multi 7-figure step, like little things you can do to add on. So as we spoke about before, your pricing is a little bit lower than your competitors. At this point, since you're doing so much volume, your sales guys are dialed in because you have the SOPs in place, your show rate's great because you have automated messages going out and you have systems in place, everything's organized in your CRM, everything's fantastic. Couple things you could do. So you can increase your pricing now, get a little bit more margin, maybe pay your guys a little bit more so you can pay better talent, get better sales reps, have better sales conversions and make even more money, right? So you can up that price. That's something that I love to do, and that's something that you guys should be doing consistently, tracking your numbers and also increasing the prices. And another thing you can do is increase the amount of services that you offer to these customers. So our best clients, they'll go out to an appointment for a roof replacement, but they also do gutters, they do siding, they do bathroom remodeling, maybe they do turf installation, I don't know. They do many other services that they can upsell them on, right? So if you guys are contractors, I'm assuming most of you guys are, you probably already have these skill sets. If you don't, doesn't matter. Find another crew who does, and you're just the guy who sells it, right? You're just the guy who gets the client, and then the crew is the one who takes care of it, right? So you can go into a house, sell them on a $50,000 roof, and then you can also add a $30,000 bathroom remodel, and then maybe like you're doing their siding as well for another 15 grand or however much you're charging for that. So like we've had multiple occurrences where somebody goes in for just like a regular routine roof replacement and walks out with 150 grand because they're pretty much just redoing the place, right? So that's some way you can add some horizontal scale, so you can kind of like cross-sell your customers. And another way that you should have is a referral program. So you should kind of already have it for getting new sales reps, like I kind of explained in this step, like the way that you recruit. Like I'll pay you $1,000 if you know a guy, right? It should be the same thing here for referrals. So my rule of thumb for your referral program is find what your CPA can be based on your margin, so your cost, of an acquisition. What can that be? Is it $1,000? Is it $3,000? I don't know what your margin looks like, but let's just say it's $2,500 is the absolute most that you can spend on marketing to acquire a customer. That should be the fee that you pay a homeowner to find you other customers, right? So you tell this dude, let's call him Mike. Let's give him, he looks like a girl because I'm getting him long hair. So let's just say Mike, you do his roof. And Mike is super happy. So I'm gonna draw a little smiley face because he's happy. So Mike is extremely happy with the roof. Let's just say it was a $20,000 roof. It's a regular routine roof. Let's say Mike likes you. You're like, hey Mike, I just did your roof. We completed the job. Everything went well. You seem pretty happy. If you have a friend or know anybody else that needs a roof done, like let's just say your neighbor, if you help me do the neighbor, Mike, because you are, I can't even draw, because you are a happy camper on the $20,000 roof that I just sold you, if you help me get Jimmy and you help me get Cheryl, and help have Cheryl get me this guy and have Jimmy get me this guy, that's another $20,000. It's another $20,000. That says $2,000. Now it says $20,000. You see what I'm saying? So because of this incentive, every job that you do can turn into another one, right? So now you're building this positive feedback loop. So you're constantly, it's just a snowball, right? So now you're in the industry 5, 10, 15 years. You've done 4,000 roof jobs or however many it's been. You got 4,000 past customers that know, handful amount of people each with this $2,500 incentive. It's a lot of money, right? Some people they're barely making that in a month. You know what I'm saying? So having a referral program is a great way to build kind of like a flywheel. It's just like I said, positive feedback loop. You get customers, the customers get you customers, you get those customers, and those customers get you customers, and then you get the customers, and the customers get you customers, right? So it's that loop of just constant customers if you nail this whole referral side, right? So being good at sales, having a great incentive. And that great word of mouth going around the neighborhood because people are referring you because they want money and you do a great job. You pair that along a paid ad system where you're constantly targeting people in the neighborhood. You might offer some other services now, like I do remodeling. I did your roof 2 years ago, if you remember. I do remodeling, right? You send people out to your email list using Zapier. Automatically send an email out to the 5,000 people you've served in the last 2 years. And you look back, you completed all 5 steps and you executed it perfectly, and you're like, holy shit, I have a $10 million roofing company. Now this video was a 10,000 foot overview of how to build a roofing company. We have a lot more granular, in-depth videos on how to kind of execute each step that I went over in this video. So step 3, we have a video on. We pretty much have a video on all these steps. So you can go check out those, but hopefully this helps. Stay tuned. We're trying to pump out some more content for you guys, help you guys out.